Good morning, everybody. Linda Ray, Texas Girls Farm. Yeah, I hadn't made a video in a few days. We've been kind of busy. We got the neighbor all packed up and moved yesterday. And Shane had ball games Saturday and Sunday, all-star tournament. And I'll try to make a short video just of some of the pictures that one of the parents that's a photographer took, and let y'all see some of the plays. They won 2, lost 2, and their second loss they got eliminated. But I'm out in the garden this morning, and I've done picked, let's see, 2 of the big tomatoes and about 5 of the little red tomatoes. And just wanting y'all to see, I mean, we're getting tomatoes. They're all over the vine. I mean, just all over the vine. There's some right up in through there, but all doing good. Garlic's still doing good. Onions are still doing good, and we're getting blooms on the okra. And I saw there's some little bitty okra starting to form. I think this was the heavy hitters. That's the zing. You can tell by the red veins in the stem. And I planted, I think, some more Clemson on that aisle, and I think that's Clemson up there that gets real tall. It looks like these are going to stay short. I thought we planted more of the heavy hitters than we did, but I guess not. Looks like something over there. I think that's portulaca or something like that. It's something that you put in hanging baskets. If you can see those little flowers coming up, and that's just volunteer over there. It's got little bitty flowers all over it. But yesterday, before we went and helped the neighbors, I got down here and I planted, let's see, I planted some more watermelon. I filled in some cucumbers. You can tell because they were almost getting too dried out. So we'll see how they go. I've planted a few stalks of the Indian corn, the different colored corn. It actually germinated. Some of the other corn hasn't germinated. Pepper plants that I planted last week are doing so-so. But the cucumber plants are doing really good. And if you can see those over there, they're doing good. And that one watermelon plant right there is doing really good. Well, yesterday I came in and planted some squash in between the sunflower, 4 plants. And then I planted another tomato plant on the inside of these blackberries. But yeah, I'm slowly getting the vines to trellis. Now here's the cucumbers. I mean cantaloupe. Oh my goodness, cantaloupe. But look how that blackberry's been training that one to go. So we'll see how they do. And, you know, everything's an experiment. That one over there is still alive. That one's still alive. That one's alive. I think there's a little bit of growth on that one. I don't see any growth on that, but there's growth there and growth there, and I think that's going to be plenty. But what I saw today when I got out here, because I've been, if y'all can see that big old tall sunflower, I had to stake it up when it rained the other day. It knocked it down, and I got those tomato plants staked up. But if y'all can see that right there, is that not the most beautiful sunflower? That is what they call a chocolate sunflower. And the other one is getting ready to bloom, but isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's just the prettiest thing. It's so pretty. And the one over, let's see, right there, it's turned the other way. You can't really see the head. I'll walk around to see if it's got anything going on, but look how big they are. That one's even going to be taller. than the other one. Ginger is right here with me. I've got everybody taken care of. I just got to put the little chicks up. I was going to see if that one's made yet. No, but you can see it. You can see the head on it. Getting ready. There's the back of that one. And there's the front of that one. So, or the back of that one too. So any day. But yeah, we're just hoping all these other watermelons that I planted yesterday are gonna take. And the cucumbers are getting some growth on them. A little slow, I think maybe because it's shaded, but my oregano is doing good, my peppermint is doing good, my bee balm is doing good, and then I've got tomatoes coming up on these plants. I mean, these were the ones that were all volunteer over in the compost pile, and there's still one over here. You see how big? That's a tomato plant right there. Whoop, right there on the tomato plant. All volunteer. That's the same place that I got all of those. But we got, come on, Jim. We got some more tomatoes making on these vines. Right here. Down in there. I came in and took some of the vine. This is the grapevine. And then there's a smaller one, which is this down here, which I'll show you when they start making. They're so cute. It's like they call it a wild cucumber or summer cucumber. It's wow. And they have, I'm zoomed out. Apologies. Let me zoom back in. Anyway, they have very, very small, little, like cucumbers on them. But I don't think they're edible. But you can see the tomato plants growing up through the vines. So that's good. I didn't want to take these off yet. I'll probably pick all those tomorrow. Got a flower blooming there. Got the candy cane, I think zinnia blooming there. My 4 o'clocks here, and it's grown big and it's been blooming. And there's another one of those candy cane. I think they're zinnias. I'm not for sure. Don't hold me to it. And then here's the other 4 o'clock. And there's some more of that little volunteer cucumber vine. And then I'm trying to see if these are going to live. These are some plants that I got from my cousin. And then I found a little mimosa tree and dug it up. Figs are really, really growing. And then look at the strawberries on that thing. Yeah, it's been doing really, really well. Especially this side over here that gets a lot of the sun. And the pepper plants are growing pretty good in there too. I haven't seen any peppers on them. Well, I think that might be one trying to grow there. But there is some peas on my sugar snap. And that carrot that I found out there that I transplanted is doing really good. But yeah, this sugar snap pea's doing real good. These up here, not so much. And then on the other side, the strawberries are going, but they don't get the sun like the other. And see, there's that sugar snap pea, and there's that one. Lilacs are doing good. That strawberry plant looks like it. Well, I see some green in there, so I'm not going to dig it up. I'll probably trim all of those leaves off, but those are peppers. Some more of that growing. So, yeah, the green stalk overall has done really well. And I just see a wasp nest inside my little bird feeder, but look at the grass. We hadn't had an update on the grass, and the grass is growing, which I haven't decided. It's kind of wet, and when the neighbor left, I I got her zero turn, and I want to make sure that I don't tear up the soil underneath it. So I'm probably going to let it get a little drier and then mow. But I'll give y'all an update. These tomato plants in here, they're holding on. They're holding on. There's a couple here that are really almost ready to be picked. I mean, they're still making. Those strawberry plants are holding on. There's some little tomatoes making, but these plants really, I probably just need to cut them all back because it's got new growth coming on. Pepper plants are doing okay. The squash in here is still doing okay, but I haven't seen any more blooms. There's some more tomatoes, and then some more tomatoes. And this one, part of it looks good and part of it looks bad. Yeah, I probably won't be growing tomatoes in the greenhouse because of the spider mites anymore. But there's all new growth coming up from them, so we'll see. And of course, my one only peony, this one's never came up. So yeah, broccoli's doing okay, but I'll show you the baby chicks since we haven't had an update in a little while. They're getting bigger, aren't y'all? They're the calmest batch of chicks. Thank goodness. They're all doing well. And they've started getting up on the roost bar. That's the little golden wing knot. I'm not for sure about that partridge cotton, if that's going to be a rooster or not. That's the one that's really friendly. But, yeah, I don't know what Brooke and I are going to get into. I don't have to come back out here, but I kind of blocked this. But I kind of just put a barricade up, so so far it's worked. Nothing tries to get in there. Babies are doing good. I moved they've been, look at that. Is that not something? It's just the sweetest sight. But I moved these mineral feeders over here today and actually put their feed in it because they've been wasting so much feed. So, and the babies are eating, so I wanted to make sure that I started separating it. I still put some in the feeder in there. I'm going to try to get rid of the other white feeder because the baby boy gets in there and urinates. But in that, look at him. I've already raked up their pen. I've got some grass growing in their pen. And sat in there with the babies for a while and loved on them. But you can see some of the grass coming up. You have to kind of look real close, but it is coming up. So hopefully, and again, this is to help the runoff and, you know, give them some grass in the area that they're not going to eat it. But, I mean, there's grass all along. So that's coming up, and I put some seed back there, so it'll grow back there. And we got us a side-by-side when the neighbor left. I mean, we've needed this for a long time. So I went ahead and bought that from them. Now Brooke and I can get over, carry fence supplies to the very back and get that fence fixed. But yeah, we cleaned out a lot of stuff. She gave me this little grill, which it needs a new heat shield, which that's fine. I can order one of those. She said something about needing a new regulator, but and those aren't that expensive either. I've already checked into them, so yeah, I'm gonna fix that up and put that up probably on that picnic table up there. And I mean, my sister my sister, they got them a new cedar swing bench. So, I don't know if y'all can see over there at the trailer. There's some benches, a chair and a bench as you walk in there that she gave me. There's the 0 turn. Haven't got anything done with the pots. Maggie's over here chasing squirrels. I'll check on the other little babies in a minute. Went and got some rock last week, but we haven't got it put it down yet. And all these little plants are all doing okay. Oh, and did get a piece of my cousin gave my sister a bunch of stuff that they dug up when they went to California. And I did get something. Is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? It's a, forget what they call it, Aneonium or something like that. Green stalk, purple flowers, kind of like a sedum. But I figured since I had those other 2 little tubers in there that I'd plant that at the, I need to get some more soil. I just stuck them in there last week so they wouldn't die. But aren't they, I don't know if you can really see them because the sun's shining up there. Aren't they pretty? I've never seen anything like it. But the American Beauty berries are growing wild. My poor cherry tree that's up in here, and I tried to, there it is, right there. I tried to put it inside here so it could get some sunlight, and it seems to be holding its own. But these will be loaded with all those purple berries, American Beauty berry, and that's one over there. But I had the hardest time the other day. We got the table saw. The hardest time back in that trailer, back up in here. And I mean, it was like 3 times. I was all over here. I was moved my log over there. It was crazy. I don't know why I was having such a hard time. But I think the clematis is trying to grow. That little bitty right there is trying to grow there. I planted it last year. I think that's another mimosa, and I'm going to leave it. But I wanted to show y'all something because I walked right past it a while ago. Shane's candle lilies that we dug up in Virginia are blooming. Are they not? The prettiest thing. We made her, the last summer we stayed in Virginia, and that was her first summer to save me. We made her a flower garden, and we had all different shades of yellows. And this is almost a yellowish white, but isn't that just gorgeous? Yep, those are Shane's candle lilies. We got the hostas coming up. The butterfly bush is coming up. And I think the butterfly bush is coming up over there. The clematis is growing. I need to trim some of this down. The other candle lilies that we've got, some of them are orange. I think some of them are red. And that one's getting ready to bloom. All different varieties. Another hosta growing there. Another one coming up there. I need to trim that little tree that's growing back. Oh, 2 of them's fixing to bloom. Some of them I got from my daughter. Some of them we bought. You can tell the different types of leaves on them. That's got a different leaf. Those leaves. Those. And then these. Look how big they are. They're beautiful. I've always liked candle lilies. They just, you know. It's one of those plants that just keeps on giving. Because, you know, they multiply. And then you know, dig some up, separate them. You don't have to dig them all up. Just when they start getting in big clusters, dig them up, separate them, and you've got more landscaping. But this is going to be a long video, and I wasn't even thinking about making a video today, but as you can see, we did get the table saw. This came out of the chicken coop. I need to get another piece. I need to put some either, I think I'm going to put vinyl, though it won't rot, but, or that thin sheet metal. And there's the table saw. So that's the only thing else we had to put in here. So, and had I not had all this lumber, I mean, it fit perfect, but it would have been right the way I wanted it had I not had that lumber stacked up right there. So, yeah, it's full. Couch underneath there. Need to get the deer feeder out. And, I mean, yeah, it's packed. I'm so ready. And I haven't heard anything from the guy that's going to do the pad or my tree man. And he's supposed to have been back too. It's been 3 weeks. So, last little trip, we'll go in here and see the baby. So, I think Brooke's still up sleeping. But these guys have, and I see they've busted out of their kinder care. Oh, Mama wants out. But they seem to get along pretty decent. Look how big. They've already been out today. One of the roosters is going back to my cousin. And I try to give them both. I said they get along. But the little ones are in there. Come on. Come on, little. Come on, little bitty. Come on. Come on. That one's turned out to be such a beautiful little chicken. That's the one that Shane wanted to call Sweetie number 2. Which, the partridge cochins, I mean, they're not really loving. Like, here's this girl. She'll walk on in, but she's the one who's been broody. They're not a dominant. I mean, they're just not loving. Y'all make up your mind which way you want, but these here go in there, and then you can see how big her girl is. And these girls are as big as some of the 3-year-old hens, especially the leghorn hen and one of the smaller golden Wyandottes. So, yeah, they're doing good. Even wee little, I let them all out. Not the little ones. I let that set out and let them hang out. So, probably, I'm trying to figure out how I can work this to give them a safe place. So I'll probably move this bunch over to this coop, leave that coop and everything open so they can come and go as they please. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, because then they can either go in this coop down here or go up there in the coop with the chickens, and they're just going to have to get used to life. And the little leghorns, they're kind of calming down. I just got to clean water, and I've been fermenting their feed. And they, as you can see, that bowl was full, and they've all cleaned it up. They like it that way, so that's what we're doing. I'll probably move the side by side up to the building, well, up to the camper, and take the propane bottle and the grill out. But I've been trying to, the grass is all coming up there, and I need to move the fence. I should have already moved it, but it's been so hectic. And I'll probably move it where it's on this side of that tree, and then take it that away on this side of the tree, and then try to keep them out of this area now. The grass is still there. It's just they've been on there, so we'll get it going again. And I've got a wood pile down there on the other side of that little tree that for burning. And I'll probably carry all this, smooth all that, put some grass seed there. And there's our friend Leghorn. You gonna say good morning to the people? You gonna say good morning to the people? He came up behind me talking to me. You say good morning? No jumping, no being no, he's dancing. He's dancing on us. Anyway, I'll try to get back on schedule as far as doing the videos. But if you like the content, please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. And come over and subscribe to the channel. I mean, we sure would appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so every time we upload a video, you'll be notified. And if you haven't went and watched Rich Life's video of, I think it was the Okie Homestead up in that happened in Pryor, Oklahoma this last weekend, the interview where Doug and Stacy were talking. I encourage you to go watch it. Yeah, it's very insightful. Stacy gives a lot of information. Doug gives a lot of information, and Doug's spot on as far as the spiritual side of, everybody in our world today, and we need to get closer to God and know that every day on this wonderful planet is provided by Him. And hopefully, I still think there's more of us than them. I know there's more of us than them. And just be good stewards of your animals and good stewards of your land. And, you don't have to have a greenhouse. You don't have to have, have a pot and plant you something, My garden this year is considerably smaller than last year. That's okay. We got our hands dirty and got digging in the dirt. And hopefully next year, those trees back there will be out, and that whole area back there will be a garden. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We've missed you. I've missed making videos, and I know this is going to be a long one, but we appreciate you, and hopefully we can get back on track, get back on schedule. When you got so much going on, we helped the neighbor until 4 o'clock yesterday, and it's been hot. So y'all have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next one.